Hi, welcome to What's in Your Bag Golf, the only channel on YouTube that goes to amateur golfers and asks them about the equipment that they play. Today we're again at Firekeeper Golf Course near Topeka, Kansas, and I'm going to be talking to Nathan, who's part of the Veteran Golfers Association. This is the second of 3 videos that I did out there at Firekeeper, so thank you again to Veteran Golfers Association for having me out. If you like these videos, I would really appreciate if you liked, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And now, without further ado, we'll get to Nathan. All right, good morning again. We're here with Nathan, and you're part of the Veterans Golfers Association as well, right?
Yes, sir.
You're playing out here at Firekeeper?
Yes.
Awesome, and you're gonna tee off in a little bit, but thanks for agreeing to be on the channel. I see that you have some pretty sweet sticks in your bag, but first tell us a little bit about yourself. You said that you kind of took a hiatus from playing and then got back into it. How long have you been?
So I always wanted to play golf even from when I was a kid, but due to financial constraints, I wasn't able to. And then in my late teens, early 20s, kind of got into it more for, honestly, I got into it more for the beer golf than anything. And then played a little bit when I was still active duty in Italy. That was really awesome. And then when I came back stateside, I really didn't play all that much, and then kind of got out of it altogether. And then about 4 years ago, a buddy of mine from college, he's a pretty avid golfer, so him and I started golfing quite a bit. And I found VGA this spring, and so I joined and really enjoyed playing here, or playing with the VGA, and met a lot of great people and had a lot of fun times playing. So
okay. And what's your handicap right now?
I'd rather not say. Okay,
we'll keep it between you and the rest of the golfers that you play with. So very cool. And so getting to your equipment, what would you let's start with your driver. What are you playing right now?
So last year I upgraded to the Ping G 425 Max driver because I was fighting kind of a pretty nasty slice, and a lot of the reviews that I read about it would help me correct, and it did help some, but I took a couple lessons with just my driver to where I'm hitting it very well now. Okay. I still have shanks and stuff, but
sure.
I do. It's one of the better clubs that I hit in my bag.
Okay. Yeah. And how far would you say you can get it out there?
It really just depends on the day. Back in May, I was hitting consistently 280 to 320.
That's pretty good.
But my aim and accuracy has gone down, so I've slowed my swing speed. So now I'm hitting in between 230 and 260.
Okay. So with that Ping G 425, where did you get fit for that?
So when I lived in Salina, Kansas, I'd go into the golf shop, and that's the name of the place, and they have a great selection of both new and used clubs. And the gentlemen, there's a couple older gentlemen that work in there, and they're all about trying to help improve your game and not sell you stuff you don't need.
Okay.
And actually that's where most of my golf bag came from, to include the golf bag, because I just have a rapport with them, and they're all about trying to help you improve.
Yeah. So you trust them, and
yes,
you trust that they're not just going to sell you something to sell you something.
Right.
Okay.
And they've actually talked me out of more expensive clubs, for clubs that would actually help my game.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a great deal of trust that I have with them.
Very cool. And then, so do you are you into like the kind of shafts that you play at all, or do you do a lot of research in that, or you just kind of play what's off the?
Well, not necessarily that. I don't feel like my golf game has got to that point where I know the difference, I guess. But one goal that I have, and I've invested some money in both training aids and launch simulators and stuff like that, so I can practice this winter, is maybe I can get a little bit more comfort. And my intent next year is to get fitted for a set of irons, which I've never had.
Okay.
So
very cool. So your driver, being the Ping, you go from that into it looks like a TaylorMade 3-wood?
Yes, and actually when I upgraded my 3-wood this spring, I was actually going to go with the Ping, but I was in Vegas at Golf Galaxy and demoed the Ping, the Callaway, and because those were the two that I was kind of wanting to go to, and the fitter, I mean, they were all the same price, so that really wasn't a big deal, but the fitter, he suggested the TaylorMade because it has a bigger club face, and I was missing, or I was thinning shots, and you know, they recommended that, and I was hitting it really good, and so that's what I went with. Okay.
Do you use that club, that 3-wood, off the tee and off the deck?
More off the tee. I have that's one thing I've been working on this year. I've been really struggling on hitting my woods off the deck. So now my hybrid that I use, which is the Cobra F Max, that one I hit really well off the deck and off the tee both. So
so that's a more versatile club.
Yep.
How far would you say that your 3-wood and hybrid go?
Hybrid, if I'm hitting it well, I can hit it about 200 consistently. The 3-wood about 220, 230.
Okay, that's very cool. And then moving from there, hybrid to irons, or do you have any other hybrids besides?
No,
F-Max?
I go straight to the irons, and actually that's the one thing I really improved on this summer, taking a lot of lessons hitting irons because I was hitting them badly. And I've gotten to the point where there's not an iron in my bag that I can't hit consistently.
Yeah, even the long ones?
Yes.
Okay. And then so that's why you're kind of thinking next year you're going to go for an iron fitting because
I've improved enough to,
Yeah. And your irons, looks like they're the Ping, what are they?
The Ping G25s.
Okay, so a little bit older.
Yeah.
Older generation.
But I mean, they, you know, they've held up under quite a bit of abuse that I put them through, and they're kind of dirty now because I had a lesson a couple weeks ago and haven't had a chance to clean them, but normally I clean them up and they look new again. So
yeah. So are you going to try to sell those, or are you just going to try to hand them down?
Well, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet. I may hold them as because I do have quite a bit of friends and family that come in from out of town that golf, and
that's like a second set.
Yeah.
Is that iron set 4 to pitching wedge, 4 to gap wedge?
It's 4 to gap wedge. Okay.
And then from there, do you have some specialty wedges?
Yeah, I have. I use the Cleveland RTX4 for my sand wedge, which is a 54-degree wedge. And for my lob wedge, I use the new Cleveland RTX Zip Core mid. And I went with Cleveland because I had a Cobra wedge early this spring, and I just wasn't hitting it consistently well. And I do hit my higher lofted, or my 54 Cleveland, really well, and so I was like, well, I'll try and demo the Cleveland, the new Cleveland 60, and I really like it.
Okay. Are those your around the green clubs as well?
Yes.
Okay. So you won't chip with anything like a gap wedge or a pitching wedge?
Depends on
conditions.
Yeah, you know, if I'm on the fairway and there's no obstacles, then, you know, I'll use a gap wedge. I'll even use a 9-iron if I'm just kind of wanting it to run. But like if I'm hitting over rough to get to the green, then yes, I use either my 54 or my 60.
Okay. And your putter, what are you using for a putter?
This year I upgraded to the new TaylorMade Spider X. Mainly because of the way, or the putter that I use. I like a balanced club head because normally prior to upgrading, I always had a tendency of duffing my putt into the green and would miss it constantly. And with the new putter, really the only mistakes I make with it is my aim or my speed.
Did you also get that at the golf shop in Slime?
No, that was purchased at Dick's.
Okay, very cool. So besides the irons, are you looking to switch out anything else in your bag, or are you pretty happy with the rest of it?
I'm pretty happy. The only thing I may switch when I get fitted for irons next year, instead of going 4 or 5 long iron, I may go 4 and 5 hybrid.
Okay.
But I'm not necessarily completely sold on that yet.
And then anything interesting that you carry around in your golf bag? I know some golfers have a special, trinket or ball or ball marker or something like that.
Really about the only thing that I use that I keep on my bag is called the club scrub, which stays wet constantly throughout an entire round. And when I played in Vegas, I put a little bit of water in it, and it was summer, so it's triple-digit heat, and it stayed wet the entire time. So it does a good job of cleaning my club heads, or if I need to clean a ball, then I can drop it in, because a lot of places I play, they don't have that capability on the cart. Yeah. Or like in November, they don't have that on the cart. Yeah. So.
Well, very cool. And then your bag itself is a Cleveland bag. Is that just an older bag that you found, or?
Well, I started walking, so I needed something that that had more pockets. So, brand on that's not really anything that I'm too
concerned with.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Thanks, Nathan, for being on the channel. I really appreciate your time, and hope you play well today.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.